Hey everybody. All right, so I'm back with the Q&A video as promised. I wanted to do a Q&A video because I've all my life been such a private person that I wanted people to get the opportunity to ask me questions that they would like to know the answer to. You know, on my Instagram, I share a lot on my stories day to day, and if you're not following me, you can follow me here. So people get to interact with me all the time, but I just wanted to give an open forum for people to ask whatever, and I would answer in some way, shape, or form. Now, on my Instagram, I made a disclaimer: I don't answer relationship questions, I don't give relationship advice because y'all don't listen. So don't ask me. But some people did ask anyway, so I'm gonna answer ish. Okay, so my laptop is over here, that's why I'm looking to the left. So I'm trying to read the questions because, first of all, I didn't even notice that these would be disappearing after 24 hours on my story. I'm new to social media, so bear with me. So the first question that I got, just right out the gate, it'll just come charge right out: how to deal with mother-in-laws. The person actually put mother/monster-in-laws, so clearly there may be an issue with you and your particular mother-in-law, or you've had that issue in the past. I think going into the situation again with Horace, his mom and I had a rough, patch previously, but coming back into the situation, I just made a decision that we were gonna get along, and from there, it just happened that way that we got along to the point now where we're very, very cool. And so I think two things come into play here: how you communicate, and also your partner. Your partner plays a big role. Whose ever mama it is, they have to be the person for set certain boundaries and set certain things in place so that you guys don't clash. They can make things work as smoothly as possible or make things very, very rough. All right, so the next question is, why did you choose network marketing as a business to start? So network marketing is the first business that Horace and I started together, and we chose it because me personally, I had went to college and I did all the things they told me to do, came out and I was getting crap pay at a long hour job, and I wanted to start a business, but I had no idea what kind of business I wanted to start. And I'm pretty sure the bank would not have lent me any money based on my salary. So we were looking for something with a low startup cost and something that we could make a lot of money from. And that's what network marketing did for us. We were able to grow our income, grow our mindset. We grew so many things out of network marketing. Network marketing is really our baby. So it was really because we didn't have a lot of money to start a business, but we wanted to make a lot more money than we were making. So network marketing fell into that category there. Next question: how do you stay super organized with so much on your plate? I think the simplest answer to that is that I take breaks and I know when I need rest. When I'm rested, I mean, I can make a to-do list from here to Timbuktu. I can make a to-do list. I know exactly what I need to get done, and I can get it done if I'm rested, if I'm fully energized, if I'm taking care of my body, if my body is operating at optimal, I can always get things done. But if it's not, then it's harder for me to get things done. So I always know when I need rest. So recently, I had to go to the ER, and I was given some medication on Friday. No, Friday. This is last week Friday. So Friday, I go to the doctor. I get the medication. Take the medication Saturday morning because the pharmacies were closed by the time I went to the ER. Saturday, take the medication. Saturday and Sundays are two of my busiest days work-wise, and I could not, there was nothing wrong with me that affected my ability to work physically, meaning my hands were working fine, I could see, could hear, but I knew I was drained. I knew that I needed a minute to regroup. So being able to take that minute, then come back stronger on Sunday, a little stronger on Sunday, I didn't put a lot of pressure on myself, coming back a little stronger on Monday, and then coming back to optimal. That's key. Being able to trust yourself and know that, yeah, you have times where you're being lazy and you need to work through that, but also that you're having a minute where you need rest. That's important too. Cool. How do you stay motivated? I have a very unpopular opinion on motivation. I think motivation is based in trauma. So if you listen to, I don't even want to call any names, but a lot of these people who give motivational talks, they've been through a lot of struggle, and the struggle really builds you into a whole new different kind of person. But in that struggle, the kind of things that you have to do to stay motivated, and the way that they make it seem like, I don't want to make it seem like, but the way that they had to constantly drive themselves is different from how I might need to drive myself based on the struggle that I've been through. So I don't really believe in motivation. I believe in discipline. If you're disciplined enough to do something even when you don't feel like it, you'll get things done, because consistency is what's going to get you what you need to get. So I don't really believe in motivation. So I don't stay motivated. I'm here for the YouTube. Congratulations. Why did you decide to do YouTube? So I had a near-death experience. And it wasn't, I don't think I was actually going to die. But for me, it felt that way in the moment. I was very, very sick. And I made a decision in that moment. I was so scared of two things. One, to leave my daughter. That was probably the biggest fear. And two, my second fear in that moment was that I had died. I was going to die, and I hadn't used my voice. I hadn't used my voice. I hadn't taken up any space. I have so much knowledge. I have so much to give, and I was going to pass on. That's how I felt in the moment, and not share anything with anybody. So I wanted to make this YouTube, and I'm not really sure which direction I'm taking it, because the idea came to me and I said, you know what, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to do it. And I'm not sure what direction it's going to take, but I know that I'm going to use my voice here for now. Yeah. Next case, self-care books and routines. Honestly, I want a separate video. It needs a separate video, child. The biggest self-care tip I have for you is say no. That's my biggest self-care tip, period. Say no. Do you have sleep insomnia? If yes, what do you take to relieve the problem? I do have it around the time of my cycle, my period. I can't sleep. And so I take evening primrose oil. Evening primrose oil. You can get it in a capsule. You can get the oil itself. I take it in a capsule that also has omega-3s, and it kind of calms me down. There's also another product that my partner and I sell in our network marketing company, which is called Zens. They have a lavender scent. Knocks me out. That's like, knocks me out. So those two items I would definitely recommend. There's also another supplement. I'm going to put the name here when I go look for it. That one also knocks me out, but it also makes you a little horny. So yeah, it's up to you. Plan to have another baby. Do you want more children? I got this question about 6 times. I told you guys on my IG, so I can't pressure me for having my baby. Nobody can pressure me. But I do want another child in the future. I thank you. How did you get started in online freelancing? Any tips on how and the best platform to get started? I got started freelancing part-time when I was working at a call center in 2015. In 2015, sounds like the right year, or 2016. And I started part-time, and then I ended up going full-time when I decided to resign from that job. And the platform that I started on is no longer in existence. It's called Elance. They merged with Upwork. So it depends on the kind of jobs that you're looking for to really recommend the best platform, and it also depends on your skill set. So I am doing a course, though. I'm putting together a course to help people kind of figure that out, where they would fall in terms of the freelancing scale, where to fall, what to bid, how to bid, that kind of stuff. So I'm putting something together for you guys, but it really depends on your skill set and what you're trying to get out of freelancing. But that's how I got started. Personal versus business goals. How do you target both without feeling overwhelmed? I think it's just priorities. I don't think there's going to be a time where both of them get the same kind of attention that they should, especially if you're driving hard in your business or you're even driving hard in your personal life. whichever goal is the priority is always going to have more of your attention. But even doing a little, so right now my focus has shifted to my business is being my priority. So I'm now focused on my business goals. Personal goals are still there. I'm not as focused on the things that I was doing before personally. But for example, with my health, I still go to the gym in the morning. So, I'm doing what I need to do, like at the bare minimum, and then taking it up a notch in my business section. So I don't think there's a balance there. You just have to pick which one is your priority. I'm really hoping that Yang don't come down here. Mother begs. All right, next question. What are 3 core principles you live by, if any? Wow, that's a good question. I don't know if I have 3, but one of my main principle is authenticity. I believe you should always be authentic in everything that you do. I think social media has brought a lot of people to believe that there's this unachievable level of perfection in the world, and it makes you kind of afraid to be yourself, to dress the way that you want to dress, to live your life the way you want to live your life. Sometimes I feel like social media makes it intimidating to be yourself and to love yourself at any size, in any form, period. So I would say authenticity is the one. I can't think of 2 more. What are your biggest pet peeves? Messy spaces. I hate going into a messy space. Anytime Horace is in the room for a while and the room is messy, I'm not going in there. I cannot even work in the space. It annoys me. It annoys me bad. The second thing that annoys me is after I take everybody attitude in the KFC line and them nana singer. That's bun me. You mean for tell me say, but there people are being pushed down behind me. People are rub up them stinking self for me. People do all sorts of something to me. I'm gonna reach at the front and I don't have no zinger. Nothing about me, son. How do you resolve disagreements in your relationship? That's a great question. So Russ and I have known each other for a really long time, and so over the years we've evolved. Right now we're at a place where we both, if it's a very heated disagreement, if it's a very heated argument, we're at a place where we both can walk away and come back. It's necessary, no, because I'm the type of person, if I get heated, I'm gonna feel like the argument now go me once if go. I used to be the type of person who would just get nasty. Like I'm just that, cause that would be me. But no, I'm at a place where, you know what, I can recognize that I'm getting there, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna walk away from this situation, come back when I calm down, and we can have a conversation. And Horace has always been like that. Horace has always been the one who needed the space to walk away and come back. But me, I never say so. So that is how. No. Who is Michelle? Who is Michelle? First of all, on a fast bad. How wanna hear that name there? No, not even. On the ears too clean. That's what I'm gonna leave that one at. So on the ears too clean. What area of your life do you find yourself working on the most these days? These days I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my businesses. I have 4 businesses that I'm running or in the process of launching right now, and I have a lot going on. So I'm really focused on growing those things. As I said, after I felt like I had that near-death experience, I just decided I was going to pour everything I have into everything I wanted to do. And so that's what I'm doing, Do you have a big group of friends? Do I have a small group of friends? Honestly, I've been asking for alignment in this area. I've been asking a lot for it recently because I think recently I've prioritized it. So I've been asking a lot for alignment in this area, and I think that's that alignment is coming in this area. But as of now, the answer to that question is no. What are some of your greatest accomplishments to date? Is a child an accomplishment? Carrying a human, pushing that sucker out. That's my biggest accomplishment to date. What else? I think I shocked myself in a lot of ways. I did a lot of things that I never thought I would do. I never thought I would be an entrepreneur because I'm the type of person who values stability, security, but at the same time, I was also the person who was calling out every Monday and Friday from work. You know what I mean? So like it was contradicting. My actions were contradicting what I said I wanted. So I think in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of income, in terms of even family life, these things are shocking to me. I was never the person who wanted to get married, have kids, play house. Like I was never like that was never me. You understand? I was the type of person who was happy being single, chilling. Nobody call my phone. Anybody bother about them too much, I block them. I just me that. That was my style. So everything, honestly, that's happened in my life to this point is an accomplishment that I'm grateful for. When's the wedding? Soon. How did you and Horace meet? Oh man, that's a long story. How long this kind of So I was at church. I'm gonna make this very, very short. I was at church. I've been going to this church forever. Since I'm born and growing up to church. Horace claims that that's the same situation for him, but I had never seen him up to this day. There's a guy at the church who used to like me, and I didn't like him. And one day my confirmed me, I'm 12. I'm 13 at this time. Horace is also 13. And I'm confirmed me. He's like, yo, why you don't like me? Why you not talk to me? Whatever. And I'm just like, Ronnie, make up something fast. And I said, you know what? I don't like you because I like. And I literally looked up and saw Horace for the first time. And I said, I like him. And the guy was like, oh, you like him? I'm like, yeah, tough. So beside me is my friend now. And she decides that she needs to take it to the next level and go to this guy. I tell this guy, I say, our friend like him. Submitted a message. I don't like what making myself into. Jump out of what they say, I jump out of keckle and jump in a friend, but I don't know. But jump in or something. Somebody there and she tell him and him first of all, so she tell him and she say, he want to talk to me, something like Jesus. So I went over there. I heard barely I said 2 words to me. Him just him asked me 2 questions, maybe. Him not make eye contact with me. I'm like, Jesus, I picked the weirdo. How did this happen to me? Anyway, we agreed for meet at the library the next day. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet him at the library, get this over with, done, wash my hands of this. Go library, Horace did not talk to me. Horace, I literally went inside to sit because Horace was outside. I was standing there for a while, him not saying nothing to me, him just, did I? I'm like, okay. So I'm going to go inside and sit. And then I come back out. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm leaving. It was nice to meet you. He asked me for my number and I said it to him, but he didn't write it down or put it in a phone or anything. So I figured, you know what? You and I are on the same page. This is not working, So no need to pretend to take my number. The next day I got to school. Apparently, there was some girl that liked him at my school at the time. I went to an all-girls school. And you know how it is at all-girls school if you've been there. So she asked, apparently they saw me at the library with him, so I'm asking me questions. I was like, yo, I don't know this guy. Like, if you like him, good job, congrats. I'm not interested. So this goes on for a week and he doesn't call me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just find this guy's number because I'm keep on hearing that we're together and I don't even know this guy's last name. And I hunted down his number, got his number, called him, and the rest is history, I guess. That's how we got together. Yeah. What are some tips to effectively communicate with others, friends, family, and partner? Biggest tip on communication that I can give is to know exactly what you want to communicate. A lot of the time we go into situations and we don't know exactly what we want to communicate because we don't know exactly what we want. So for example, and I'm going to use a very simple example. You're going to a cook shop, you look on the menu, you're not really sure what you want. You did that, you reach the cashier, and you're just like, you know what? Give me a mix. Give me 2 of the best things where you think they're on the menu. Give me a curry goats and a fried chicken. You never tell her specifically what parts of the chicken you want. You never tell her if you want the gravy on the rice or the meat. You know, you didn't communicate exactly what you wanted because you didn't know exactly what you wanted. You just made a snap decision. I always go into situations that are important in terms of communication, knowing exactly what I want out of the situation, out of the discussion. So that's a good place to start, knowing what you want when communicating. Do you use a budgeting app? What method do you use to budget and track finances? I used to use Every Dollar. That's an app by Dave Ramsey. And I still use them to an extent. They send me emails and they have like a blog that has a lot of good information. But I don't use it to actually do my budget. I use Excel. And the reason for that is because of how I want to track my money. So I do have a monthly budget area. I have an annual budget area. Yes, I'm at that level where I have an annual budget, guys. Didn't happen overnight. I'll talk about it in another video. But I have an annual budget area. And in that area, I know what needs to be done at different points in the year. So like next year, Zayla is going to be starting school. I know that I have to put in a school budget here, give it a certain amount of money when the fitness up for the car, license, registration, if it's a year where Horace driver's license need to renew, just like little things like that. It's rare that something sneaks up on me right now because of how we do the budget. And the annual budget is revised often. You know, as soon as you remember something, sometimes you forget something. As you remember it, you just put it on the budget. Even if it's for way down in December and you're in January, just put it on the budget. So I use Excel. And I'll do another video on budgeting and tracking your income, debts, that kind of thing. How do you maintain inner peace? Well, thank you for thinking that I have inner peace. Much less to maintain it. But I think a big part of maintaining it is not caring what people have to say about you. You know, it's hard these days. It's very hard. Even today, I was looking at a picture that was posted on a popular blog site, and it's a picture of a girl, a socialite, I guess, and people in the comments were murdering her. And I'm like, yo, I read one particular comment that said, yo, what is it? If trying to stretch Vanilla Alaska was a person, I'm not lie, would have fight. Me would have physically fight. It's hard. It's hard. Nobody's perfect, but it gets better to have peace in what you're doing and know that you're moving, and when you're not worrying about what somebody thinks about what you're doing, what somebody thinks about what you're saying. You know, you're just doing it because you want to, and then they can share their opinion and you have a conversation about this is how you feel. You know, so it's easier that way, but nobody's perfect. Okay. Just want to tell you that you're doing great. Keep up your hard work. Thank you. Did you always see yourself as an entrepreneur? No. I actually did not want to be an entrepreneur. As I said earlier, I value stability. I value security. And entrepreneurship is far from that. You know, entrepreneurship is one of those things where you have hills, valleys, you know, nothing is guaranteed, but the rewards are really, really great. But the lows are also there to teach you lessons. And you're going to learn those lessons. So, yeah, no. The next question is, you're very motivating. Appreciate all the gems you drop on Instagram. Oh, thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram if you are not already. My tag will be here, so you can just follow me. I share a lot of things on my story all the time. It's about a bag of things. Where are you from? I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. That's where I was born and raised. I lived in Kingston for a while. I did a brief stint in, was it Williamsburg, Virginia. Did a brief stint there. And yeah, Montego Bay, Jamaica. That's where I'm at. Fave kind of music. When it comes on to music, it's just my mood. I will listen to anything from alternative. I won't listen to country music. The only country song I listen to is Carrie Underwood, Before He Cheats. I can tell you that out of my head because it's the only song that I will listen to. Otherwise, anything from alternative music to dancehall, I listen to anything. So I'm in a really partial. Which freelancing website do you work on? I work on Upwork currently. and I also have independent clients that I work with personally, not on any platform. Yeah, so that is the end of the questions, and I wanted to keep this video under 30 minutes, and I did it. Yeah, okay, look at me. So thank you guys for asking all these amazing questions. I think we touched on a big spectrum of things.